Today was a bad day that turned into a good day, and I just want to be very transparent in this video and really tell you guys how I get through a bad day, especially as an entrepreneur. And today was one of those days where I didn't know if I was doing things right or doing things wrong, because as an entrepreneur, no one is holding you accountable but yourself. So I think it's really important to stay connected to people, which is the whole theme of this video, is human connection and connecting with yourself and what you really value. I wanted to do this video because I feel like it's not discussed enough when entrepreneurs or just people in general are going through bad days and they feel like their businesses are gonna fail, because it's a completely normal feeling, and I can assure you that everything will be okay as long as you put your work in. If you constantly live in fear or worry, it's going to affect your business and it's going to affect the relationships around you. It's like working out in the gym. You're consistently in the gym because you want to train and you want to grow those muscles. And just like with your mentality, the more you practice feeling good or putting yourself out of that state of anxiety or worry, the better you're off in the long run. I want to show you 5 things that I do whenever I have a bad day or just go through anxiety as an entrepreneur. Number 1, you need to get outside and get those endorphins running. So today I went to the beach. I played a little bit of tennis, and even though I'm not a great tennis player, I just thought it was really important for me to get out. I may be wrong because I'm not well versed in this, but being outside really does help your mentality. I think as humans, we forget that we're surrounded by all these artificial and man-made things, especially like these buildings that we're in, that we forget to really just go outside and connect with nature. And I think there's really something grounding with being outside, having your toes in the sand, or just sitting on a park bench surrounded by trees, because staying cooped up inside kind of just drives you crazy and almost makes you feel like you're in prison, which is what I feel. Number 2, you gotta talk to someone. And for me, I'm very lucky that I am very close to my sister, my family. So I have 4 siblings, and I talk to my sister a lot just because we're very close in age. And I talk to my boyfriend a lot, mainly because we live together, but we are all in the same space of entrepreneurship where we have our own businesses. We don't work 9 to 5s, and we know the struggles. If you don't have any friends who are necessarily entrepreneurs, you just need to talk to someone who doesn't necessarily need to know where you're coming from, but human connection is key. Just like going out in nature, we need to reconnect with the people in our lives, and it's a really great way to build your relationship with them. And what I found is whenever I talk to someone else, it really gets me out of my head, and all the things that I've been catastrophizing, it kind of dissolves, and it seems kind of crazy when I talk to someone. For example, when I talk to my sister and I say, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. I just feel like this huge weight on my shoulders. Things are gonna go wrong. I'm gonna lose all these clients and I'm gonna end up on the street and I'm gonna be homeless. She doesn't really dismiss it, but she always tells me that everything will be okay, which I do believe, but sometimes someone just has to tell you that. And she reminds me of all the really good things that I'm doing and the successes that I've achieved over the years of having my own business. And sometimes you forget about all of your achievements because your brain likes to lie to you. I say that your brain likes to lie to you is because there's that small voice in your head that's always saying that something's gonna go wrong, or you're not worth anyone's time, and you're not good enough to do anything. But it's hard to remember that that voice is a lie, and you really can do a lot more than what that voice tells you. Because let's face it, it's so easy for us to give someone advice, but it's so hard for us to take our own advice We're so quick to tell someone that they're really great at doing these things. When it comes to yourself, you're not as kind. And you have to remember that people see a lot more good in you and accomplishment and achievements than you do. So just keep reminding yourself that by really connecting with more people in your life. Number 3, just do some work. And it doesn't have to be a lot of work. I only took around 10 minutes while I was at the beach today, and I just started hitting up some contacts, and I wasn't being too serious about it. I was just doing it so it made me feel better because I felt like I was working on my business but not stressing myself out too much about it. If I find myself taking myself too seriously when I'm trying to build my business while messaging people on Instagram or Facebook or any of my social media platforms, I tend to just stop my work altogether, and it actually doesn't help my business at all, because any type of business, whether it be you're an entrepreneur or you're a big business, it requires a lot of connection with other people. And if you're not doing a lot of connecting, you're hindering your business from growing. Because for me, I reach out to wellness professionals, aesthetics professionals, and influencers on Instagram mainly to help grow my business, because those people help bring me paying clients. And if I stop myself from doing that, I am not allowing myself to grow, or my income to grow, or my livelihood to be sustained. So when you're reaching out to people, just be as open as possible. Don't be so serious about things, and just go with the flow. Number 4, I have been practicing my gratitude list. Even though I don't necessarily start it at the very beginning of my day, I make sure that I hit my gratitude list. I list down 10 things that I'm grateful for and why I'm grateful for them. And after I write down my list of 10, I go through each numbered point and I really envision it and I really feel it. I put myself in that good feeling by envisioning it. With all the people who have had major successes around me and who are truly happy, they practice gratitude every day and really put it into practice, and they feel it. And the practice of feeling what you're grateful for and choosing to be happy, it will take you farther, and people will just naturally gravitate to you. And the more people you have gravitating towards you, the more your business will grow. And number 5, you want to confront your fear and channel that energy into something else. I learned this really cool trick that my sister showed me. It was a Mel Robbins video. She talks about how you can turn fear into excitement. And it's a pretty cool exercise because you pretty much rewire your brain into feeling excited instead of fearful. Because when you're anxious or you're having a bad day, there tends to be a certain mode of fear within those feelings. And her video really breaks down how to turn that fear into excitement. You basically count down from 5 whenever you discover that you're feeling fearful or anxious. So you count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And once you count down, you think about a certain outcome that you want out of a situation. And if you really envision it and feel how you would feel in that outcome, like for me, for example, if I'm feeling that my whole business is gonna collapse, I just count back from 5 and I just envision my business flourishing. I'm connecting with a lot of people and just doing the things that I really love and really feeling happy. And once I have that thought, I tell myself I'm excited. So you can refer to that video because she really breaks it down and the science behind it, and it truly works. And that's pretty much it for this video. So if you guys really need help just getting through this and just the mindset stuff, comment down below on what you'd want me to discuss, because I don't think talking about bad days as an entrepreneur is really talked about too much. Really, we talk about the exciting, the glamorous parts about being an entrepreneur. You always see like influencers traveling in their pretty outfits and the cool places they get to visit, but we also need to see the truth behind how they got there. And it required a lot of trials, and everyone goes through bad days. So if you're feeling anxious and you feel like things are going wrong, it's completely normal and everything will be fine. I hope you guys got something out of this video, and I will see you next week. Bye!